Have you ever promised yourself you'd change, only to fall back into the same old habits just days later? Maybe you told yourself you'd stop eating junk food, and yet there you were again, reaching for that piece of chocolate even while on a diet. And afterward, you felt frustrated, even angry with yourself. You knew better, so why did you do it anyway? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with the same inner conflict, knowing what's right, but still doing what's wrong. In REWIRE, we dive into the science and psychology behind this very contradiction. This book explains why we engage in behaviors that harm us even when we know they're destructive. You'll learn that your brain is not a single unified machine. It's divided into two parts, constantly battling for control. This internal struggle lies at the heart of our bad habits. The book also explores how our early life experiences, especially in childhood, play a powerful role in shaping these patterns. Many of our self-destructive tendencies aren't random. They're rooted in old emotional wiring that once helped us survive, but now holds us back. But there's hope. With the right tools, like self-awareness, discipline, and emotional strength, we can break free. REWIRE offers powerful insights into how we can retrain our brain, overcome addiction, and stop sabotaging our own happiness. Toward the end, you'll discover a 12-step recovery-inspired program that has helped many people regain control over their behavior and rebuild their lives with purpose and intention. So, the question is, are you ready to rewire your brain and transform your life? Two brains not working together. Have you ever found yourself opening another bag of chips or lighting yet another cigarette, even while a voice in your head screams, "Don't do it"? You know it's harmful. You know it goes against your goals. And yet, you do it anyway. Then afterward, you wonder, why did I just sabotage myself again? You try to stop. You make promises. But somehow, you always end up in the same place, disappointed and defeated. This is what's known as self-destructive behavior. And according to REWIRE, it happens because the two parts of your brain aren't working together. Inside each of us, there are two minds constantly in motion, the automatic self and the conscious self. They're supposed to work as a team, but more often than not, they clash. The automatic self is the part that acts out of habit. It stores our emotional reactions, biases, assumptions, and deeply rooted patterns. This is where your cravings live, your repressed feelings hide, and your self-destructive habits take control. It's fast, impulsive, and always working in the background without your permission. The conscious self, on the other hand, is thoughtful, deliberate, and rational. It helps you plan, weigh consequences, and make decisions that align with your long-term well-being. But it has a major limitation. It can only focus on one thing at a time. So, while your conscious mind is stressing about a school project or a work deadline, your automatic self may already be steering you toward a chocolate bar on your desk. By the time you realize what happened, the damage is done. The key insight here is that willpower alone is not enough. You need to retrain your automatic self, because that's where the real battle takes place. The good news? Science has shown that your brain can change. This ability is called neuroplasticity, the brain's power to form new connections and replace old, harmful patterns. When you practice healthier habits consistently, new neural pathways begin to form. Over time, these new connections become stronger, and the old, self-destructive ones begin to fade. But there's a catch. Consistency is everything. You can read every page of this book, understand every concept, and still fail if you don't apply what you've learned daily. Only through repeated practice of good habits can you truly Rewire your brain. The more you act in alignment with the person you want to become, the easier those actions will become until one day they feel automatic too. Are you ready to take that first step? The Autodestruct Mechanism. As explained earlier, your automatic self operates unconsciously. It makes decisions for you without asking for your permission. Its job is to keep you feeling good, comfortable, and confident. On the surface, that might sound helpful. But here's the catch. The automatic self is driven by emotional biases, outdated assumptions, and incomplete knowledge. So even with good intentions, it often leads you into choices that feel satisfying in the moment, but become harmful in the long run. Let's break it down with a simple example. Imagine wearing clothes you don't even like just because, deep down, you want to fit in with the popular crowd at school. At first, you feel happy, accepted, maybe even proud. But eventually, you start to resent yourself. Why? Because you're pretending to be someone you're not. That fake identity brings short-term relief, but long-term discomfort. To truly understand why the automatic self has such a strong grip over self-destructive behavior, we have to examine how our thinking develops. As we go through life, we're constantly trying to make sense of everything. We look for meaning, we crave order, and we try to make life predictable. We create patterns. If I do good things, I'll get good results. Over time, these patterns turn into structured belief systems called paradigms. A paradigm is the mental framework through which we interpret reality. It becomes the lens through which we see the world and ourselves. As children, we absorb these paradigms from family, school, and society. As we grow, they become so deeply embedded that we don't even question them. Eventually, they become permanent, invisible rules we live by. And what happens next? We gravitate toward people who reinforce our beliefs and avoid those who challenge them. If someone doesn't agree that drinking every weekend is fun, we start to distance ourselves. Instead, we befriend those who go to the bar and call them cool. Even when loved ones express concern about our habits, we nod along, but we don't really listen. Because we're not fully aware of our own thinking, our conscious self never gets the chance to correct the deeper problems within. Worse yet, we actively defend these flawed paradigms. Anything that threatens them, criticism, feedback, even self-reflection, we push it away. When someone brings up our self-destructive habits, we become defensive. We deny, argue, or change the subject altogether. We'll do whatever it takes to protect the mental structures we've built, even if those very structures are the cause of our suffering. So, how do we break free from these harmful thought patterns? Awareness is the first step. One effective practice is keeping a journal. Often we reject facts or events that don't align with our expectations. Journaling helps bring those blind spots into the light. Here's how it works. Start by writing down what you expected to happen. Then, write down what actually happened. Next, identify the false belief or assumption you were holding. Reflect on the consequences of that belief. Finally, ask yourself, what could I have done differently? For example, let's say you expected to ace your school project, but in reality, you procrastinated and the result was mediocre. Deep down, your biased paradigm told you, I work well under pressure, I can finish it quickly later. But the outcome proved otherwise. Now, with awareness, you commit. Next time, I won't delay. I'll start early and work steadily. This simple habit of journaling can gradually rewire how you think, helping you dismantle harmful paradigms and build better ones. Change begins not with force, but with awareness, reflection, and intentional action. Waving the red flag. Children often cry or throw tantrums to get attention. It's a natural way for them to say, "Look at me, I need something," whether it's a toy, affection, or reassurance. They learn early on that certain behaviors attract a response. But what happens when those children grow up without ever learning healthier ways to meet their emotional needs? Adults who struggle with self-destructive behavior often display similar attention-seeking patterns, though it's rarely as obvious as throwing a tantrum in public. Instead, it's more subtle. They unconsciously wave a red flag, much like a bullfighter does in the arena, not to provoke rage, but to pull attention toward themselves. These red flags can take many forms: risky behaviors, emotional outbursts, or even patterns of self-harm. Deep down, these individuals are often crying out, "Please notice me. Please stop me." But this plea is rarely conscious. It's hidden beneath layers of emotional pain. Many of these behaviors can be traced back to a childhood lacking proper care, guidance, and emotional support. These are people who may have never been taught self-control. Perhaps their parents were absent, negligent, or even encouraged poor behavior. Others grew up feeling abandoned or unloved, and that pain never fully healed. Without love, safety, or positive attention in their early years, they grow up feeling unworthy, unlovable, and incomplete. They crave love, but don't know how to receive it. When the world doesn't respond to their silent pleas, they begin to act out. They self-sabotage in the hope that someone will step in, just like a loving parent would. But here's the tragic irony. When others try to help them, they often resist or reject it. Their relationships suffer. They push people away, even as they yearn for connection. Some wave their red flags in extreme ways, through self-harm, suicidal thoughts, alcohol, or drug addiction. These aren't simply acts of recklessness. They are desperate attempts to feel seen. Yet the attention they receive feels hollow, because deep down they know it wasn't earned through love, but through pain. And so the cycle continues. So how do you break this cycle? The answer lies in two crucial abilities: willpower and self-control. Just like building muscle through regular exercise, these qualities can be strengthened with time and effort. They are the tools that will stop your old habits from taking over again. Ask yourself honestly, what bad habit do I want to break? Before making any commitment, make sure you're truly ready to give it 100% effort. Once you do, set your environment up in a way that makes going back nearly impossible. Tell people about your goals. Share your progress openly. When you stop talking about it, others will get curious and check in. That social accountability can be powerful. You can even make your commitment financial. For example, link your credit card to an online charity. Every time you fall back into your bad habit, a donation is automatically made. Want to make it more motivating? Set the donation to go to a cause or political figure you strongly dislike. It'll sting just enough to keep you focused. Another effective strategy is avoiding your triggers. Small changes in your routine can make a big difference. If you're trying to stop drinking, avoid routes that take you past your favorite bar. If you're trying to quit smoking, stay away from places or people that tempt you to light up. Sometimes this means distancing yourself from friends who don't support your growth. If they dismiss your decision or pressure you to fall back into old habits, it might be time to let them go. And when you feel yourself slipping, when the craving hits, pause and remember, how far you've come. Remind yourself that letting go of old habits gets easier with time. Prepare your mind and body for the long journey ahead. It may take weeks or months, but every single day you stay committed brings you one step closer to freedom. Progress doesn't happen overnight, but with persistence, awareness, and the courage to face your own red flags, change becomes not just possible, but inevitable. You're hooked. Addictions. Addiction is the moment you lose control. Whether you're addicted to a substance like alcohol, drugs, or tobacco, or a behavior like overeating, overspending, or engaging in unsafe sex, the result is the same. Your ability to choose freely disappears. At first, it feels like a choice. You tell yourself, I can stop any time I want. But when you skip that habit for even a single day, your body starts to protest. Sleepless nights, anxiety, irritability, even anger. That's when you realize the truth. You're no longer in control. The habit is. So, why do people get addicted in the first place? Some addictions are easy to understand. Take alcohol. It helps people feel relaxed, confident, and socially open. While drinking, life feels fun and easy. But once the alcohol leaves your system, boredom and irritability kick in. To feel better again, you reach for another drink, and the cycle repeats. Drugs, especially substances like cocaine or tobacco, work more aggressively. They directly trigger the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of pleasure. That rush becomes addictive, and the more you use it, the more damage it does to your brain's ability to feel joy naturally. Over time, you need more of the substance just to feel normal. Your physical health deteriorates. Organs like your liver start failing. Your relationships begin to crumble. Eventually, the addiction becomes your only priority. So how do you break free? The author makes it clear. The first step is honesty. You must admit to yourself that you are addicted and that you are not in control. Denial is the biggest barrier to recovery. Joining a group of people who are also working through addiction can be incredibly helpful. Support systems make a huge difference. Remember, you're not just quitting something, you're rebuilding your life from the ground up. The author draws inspiration from the 12-step program, originally developed by Alcoholics Anonymous. It's not a quick fix, and there will be days when you feel like giving up. But this program has helped millions find a new path. It offers both structure and hope. Before starting these steps, make sure you have a support network. If you don't, find a therapist, a sponsor, or a trusted friend. Addiction will make you do things you thought you never would. Lying, stealing, manipulating, just to get your next fix. The road to recovery will be hard, even painful, but if you fight through it, your life can change in extraordinary ways. Here are the 12 recovery practices the book recommends. 1. Admit the truth. Break the illusion that you're in control. As long as you keep telling yourself you can quit any time, you never actually will. 2. Take it one day at a time. Every morning, tell yourself, just for today, I won't do anything self-destructive. It's a small goal, and small goals are achievable. 3. Expect hard days. Prepare for those inevitable moments when you'll feel the urge to go back. Tell yourself, this craving will pass. Stay grounded in the vision of how much better your life could be if you don't give in. 4. Reconnect with your values. Acknowledge that your addiction has caused harm. Yes, addiction is the reason, but don't use it as an excuse. Decide that from now on, you will live with honesty and integrity. 5. Make amends. Apologize to the people you've hurt along the way. This may be uncomfortable, but it's also liberating. It helps heal your relationships and your self-worth. 6. Do something good for others. Spend a day helping someone in need or doing community service. When you give back, you begin to rebuild your self-esteem. 7. Practice mindfulness. Learn to observe your thoughts and behaviors without judgment. When you become aware of your impulses, you create space to make better choices. 8. Repeat positive affirmations. Even if you don't believe them yet, keep repeating motivational truths like, fake it till you make it. Attend support meetings, speak affirmations, and stay consistent. With time, your routine becomes your new normal. 9. Find a sponsor. A sponsor is someone you can talk to honestly throughout your recovery. They won't judge you, but they will challenge you when needed. 10. If no sponsor, keep a journal. Write down your daily experiences or even record video diaries. Share your emotions, victories, cravings, and reflections. This will help you stay self-aware. 11. Balance short-term and long-term goals. Focus on getting through today, but never lose sight of your ultimate goal. Each day you resist your addiction is another chance for your brain to rewire itself. Slowly but surely, your dependency fades and strength takes its place. 12. Keep practicing. Repetition is key. Your bad habits have carved deep grooves in your brain. Only through consistent practice of healthier behaviors can new, stronger pathways be built. Do the work every day, even when it's hard. Recovery isn't a destination, it's a daily process. And every day you show up for yourself, you prove that the past doesn't define you. Your brain can change, your habits can change, and most importantly, you can change. Conclusion. Throughout this journey, you've uncovered the hidden forces behind your self-destructive habits, the unconscious battle between two parts of your mind. On one side, there's the conscious self, careful, thoughtful, and deliberate. It tries to make wise decisions, weighing what's truly best for your long-term well-being, but it's slow, easily overwhelmed, and can only focus on one thing at a time. Then there's the automatic self, fast, impulsive, and often reckless. It reacts instantly, without thinking, and doesn't care whether a decision is good or bad. Its only goal is to keep you feeling comfortable, confident, and temporarily happy, even if that means repeating the same destructive behavior over and over again. So, the real question is, how do you stop yourself from doing what you know is wrong? The answer lies in training your automatic self to make better choices. And the good news? It's absolutely possible. Why? Because your brain is flexible. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself based on how you think and act. With consistent effort, you can literally reshape your mind. You've learned that the automatic self isn't evil. It's just working on outdated programming. It wants to keep you happy, but it doesn't know the difference between short-term comfort and long-term damage. That's why it clings to old habits, even when they're clearly hurting you. But you also learn that willpower and self-control are your weapons. They may take time to develop, especially if your bad habits started in childhood, but they can be strengthened, just like muscles. Using tools like the 12-step program, you can take small, intentional actions to resist temptation, calm your cravings, and reclaim your choices, one day at a time. Yes, the path to change is difficult. Bad habits are deeply wired into your brain. But with patience, persistence, and practice, you can start to form new, healthier patterns. Over time, your brain will learn to favor the good over the harmful. You have the power to defeat the darkness within you and even inspire others to do the same. You are stronger than you think. Keep moving forward, one day at a time. And in the end, your bad habits, destructive behaviors, and addictions will no longer define you. They will become nothing more than a chapter from your past. Thank you for listening to this summary of REWIRE by Richard O'Connor. If this message resonated with you, if you've ever struggled with bad habits, addictions, or self-sabotage, know that you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not broken. You are rewritable. Your past does not define your future. Every day is a new opportunity to choose differently, to train your automatic self, to strengthen your willpower, and to rebuild your life with intention. If you found value in this summary, please consider sharing it with someone who might need it. Leave a comment letting us know what part of this book hit you the hardest or helped you the most. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new summary that could change your life. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and never stop rewiring your mind for a better future.